Welcome to Azzadous Studios. Today I'm going to give you a quick run through of my mastering process for a UK hardcore track. The actual mastering process takes quite a long time, so I'm just going to give you a quick run through, show you which VSTs I've used, why I've used them, and a little bit of information about that. Okay, so this is an updated remix of my track, Sweetest Goodbye. Okay, so that's with all the mastering on. Switch over to the mixer. So on the master channel, I've got an audio effect rack here, and I'm just going to switch all of these off, and we're going to go through one by one and take a look. Okay, so starting out with the SSL compressor, pretty basic settings. I've gone quite extreme with the ratio. I wouldn't usually have it on 10, but I like the way it sounds. I've got about 4 dB of gain reduction. A little bit more than I usually would, but I like the sound of it. Next up, we've got the Multiband compressor. I'm using the FabFilter Pro MB, and I've just gone for, in the mastering presets, I can't remember which one it was, either 1 or 2 on basic 4-band punch and balance, and I've just tweaked it a little bit. I think what I've done is I've brought the threshold down a little bit on the low end and boosted the highs just a little bit. I suggest finding a preset that can get you most of the way first and then just tweaking it a little bit. So next up, I've got a FabFilter Pro Q2, and all I'm doing with this is I'm just rolling off the lows in the sides. Just to tighten up that low end a little bit. So next up, I've got an R bass, adding a little bit more bass. I'm just going to switch this off for now, and I'll play it and switch it on. It's very subtle at this stage. It makes more of a difference after all the limiters are on, but it does add a nice little bit of bass around the 80 Hz frequency. Just fattening that low end up a little bit. Okay, so next up I've got another Pro Q2, and I'm just doing a bit of sculpting here. I've took out the extreme lows below 38 Hz and above 17K, which is a little bit lower than usual, but there's not much information above there, so I'm happy taking it out there. Then what I've done is I've given it a high boost here, just giving it a bit more air. I found a frequency here that needed a bit of a boost. Just giving it a bit more mid sound, and I've given the lows a little bit of a boost there. And then on the exciter, I'm just using the mid side mode, and I'm just on the side. So what I'm doing with these top 2 bands is just adding a little bit of triode and dual triode. I'm using dual triode on the highest band because it's a little bit more subtle than just triode. And the reason I'm using the mid-side mode and just affecting the sides is just to give it a bit of a better stereo image. Okay, so next up, the imager. And this is just going to double check that everything is where I want it to be. And especially the lows below. On this one, I've got it at 139 Hz. I've just got that completely on width, minus 100, so we've got our bass completely down the centre. And then this second band I've just dropped down a little bit. And the highs, I usually give them a little boost, but depending on how they sound. Okay, so moving on, we've got final EQ, which is just bringing up a couple of frequencies that I felt needed a bit of a boost. So I've got 300 Hz there. And 121. And then onto the T-Rex clipper. So I've got the slope all the way to the right, and I'm just boosting the gain a little bit, just giving it a bit more volume. And then onto an L2. So I've got it on transparent mode, and I've put the attack on 350 milliseconds and the release on 1300. It sounded nice like that. I'm not worrying too much about the minus 4.3 gain reduction. It sounds good, and I can't hear any distortion really, other than distortion that I've already put into the track. So I'm happy with that. So I'm moving on to another L2. Again, transparent mode. I've got the attack. I think these were very close to the standard settings when you open it up. And I've just boosted the gain again. Okay, and that's my mastering process. So I will mention quickly this loudness meter I've got on the end. We're getting about -5, -6 LUFs. That's quite loud. For streaming, you only want about 14. As you can see on the fab filter here, it's got a little marker for streaming there. So that's your sort of aiming for streaming. This is going to be the DJ mix ready for DJing, so it needs to stand up against tracks that are probably going to be about the same volume, so it wants to be around there. For streaming, putting it up online, Spotify, SoundCloud, stuff like that, I'd take off the clipper, I'd probably redo the limiters altogether. I think the volume of the track, without any limiting, is roughly about streaming volume. So it's about there already, just probably wants a gentle squash. I'd probably bring it up to 13, something like that. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you like this video, like and share, and remember to subscribe and ring the bell to keep up to date with future videos. See you next time.